So, I've been studying the book of Proverbs for some time now, and I thought it would be a good idea to master this book once and for all. Whenever I decide to master a subject, I know I need to study it thoroughly and to organize its information in a format that is easy to understand. It seems that several verses repeat themselves in the book and that there are several main themes throughout. I've thus come up with this diagram to summarize the book as I currently see it. My goal here isn't to explain each individual verse, but rather to show what God is basically teaching us through this book. As you can see at the bottom, there is a stick figure. This represents man. Right by man, you'll see a red heart. Verse 17:3 says that the Lord tries the hearts. How does he do this, you might ask? Well, notice the purple pathway with the arrows? That represents our path through life. I know our pathway isn't always straight, but bear with me here for illustration's sake. As we go on our path through life, the Lord allows certain kinds of people to approach our path. On the right, you'll notice three kinds of positive people: parents, friends, and counselors. Proverbs states several times that we should honor our parents with wise behavior and that we should listen to them as well as to friends and counselors. For the Lord wants us safe. That's right, the Lord wants our safety. Just listen to the following verses regarding this. But whoso hearkens unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. To deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaks froward things. To deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flatters with her words. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceive not in him the lips of knowledge. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The fear of the Lord tends to life, and he that it shall be satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to thee, but his heart is not with thee. Let not your heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. There are even more verses, but you get the idea. These people are here to correct, counsel, exhort, edify, and encourage us. You'll also notice a lamp by the path. 6:23 says, For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Thus we are to heed God's wisdom, as he will be a light unto our path, but we must first fear the Lord. In other words, we must see him reverentially and basically admit that he is God and we are not. In verse 9:1, it states that wisdom has 7 pillars. From my deducement, they are righteousness, instruction, learning, justice, judgment, equity, and discretion. These 7 things are what the wise person has in mind when making decisions in life. They are what Jesus used when making his earthly decisions. We are to use discernment when dealing with others to see if they are wise. Are they all about righteousness or doing the right thing? Are they willing to submit to instruction and correction? Are they willing to lay aside their ego and apply themselves to learning? Do they have an equitable sense of justice? Do they make judgment calls based on the facts and not opinions or biases? Do they use discretion when deciding what to get involved in or not? The fact is, we all have been programmed by the Creator with the ability to tap into these pillars. We all do tap in to some degree. This explains why you could prompt a seemingly naughty person to do the right thing when their conscience is pricked. Some people, such as psychopaths or sociopaths, are better at suppressing their feelings of care for others, but one can never truly delete their God-given programming. Satan tries, however, by bombarding us with worldliness. This is where the people on the left come in. All the people on the left are fools. They are so because they have not reached wisdom. According to verse 24:7, wisdom is too high for a fool, and they cannot reach wisdom because they do not fear the Lord. For the fearing him is the beginning of wisdom. 24:5 says, A wise man is strong. That's why you'll see him dwelling among the pillars of wisdom, and the foolish weak man dwelling below. The wise man, if he plays his cards right, could end up with a virtuous woman, as described in chapter 31. The foolish man, however, will likely end up with an adulterer or a harlot. If a man is foolish, he will often keep the company of or become one or more of the following: greedy people, wicked people, froward people, the unjust, deceitful people, evil people, proud people, naughty people, cruel people, angry people, vainglorious people, violent people, slothful people, scorners, simpletons, talebearers, drunks, gluttons, vengeful people, oppressors, flatterers, contentious people, busybodies, conceited people, and gossips. If you notice, all these foolish people do nothing to serve their fellow man. They serve only to tear him down, basically acting like a puppet whose strings are being pulled by the devil. We obviously are to avoid mingling with or becoming such people. By getting involved with such people, the following things typically come our way: poverty, unhealth, relentless demonic harassment, mischief, trauma, shame, curses, separation from God, and darkness. By associating with the wise, however, the following things tend to come our way: good health, fruitfulness, happiness, a blessed house, riches, honor, peace, pleasantness, strength, God's favor, and vitality or life. The foolish man typifies attitudes of wrath, greed, wickedness, frowardness, unjustness, unrighteousness, cruelty, deceitfulness, destructiveness, pride, conceit, filth, vengeance, slothfulness, stinginess, hatefulness, and antagonism. The wise person, on the other hand, typifies diligence, temperance, friendliness, humility, virtues, truthfulness, uprightness, integrity, strength, cleanliness, generosity, and more. Additionally, as you will notice, near the wise man is a number 31 woman. This is an additional prize, if you will, for the wise man. From what I can tell, the Proverbs 31 woman has 18 distinguishable attributes. She is virtuous, trustworthy, has integrity, is diligent, strong, victorious, fruitful, loving, results-oriented, considerate, forearmed, outstanding, honorable, wise, kind, God-fearing, blessed, praiseworthy, and humble. This is the kind of woman that all Christian women should strive to be like, and all Christian men should want by their side. The foolish woman is the kind we want to avoid. How does Proverbs describe her? Listen to the following verses. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that makes ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. Every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish plucks it down with her hands. The contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. It is better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait as for a prey, and increases the transgressors among men. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness. Additionally, since there are 7 pillars of wisdom, 7 abominations are mentioned as well: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaks lies, he that sows discord among brethren. Perhaps you'll notice a correlation between some of the previous mentioned fools and these abominations. The Lord has given us these proverbs so that we will walk in wisdom as all Christ's followers should do, so that we can dwell in safety, so that we can enjoy happiness and do our utmost to avoid falling into life's traps that Satan sends our way through the fools of this world.